today morning I went to the supermarket. So because of the lockdown and these COVID situations, it has been some time I have gone out. And I was walking through the, in between the racks of the supermarket when I met one of my neighbors with whom I was very friendly. And it has been some time I had seen her. It took me some time to recognize her because of the mask we were wearing and all these things. But we started talking then. So after the initial hi, how are you and all these things, we were talking about the present condition, how it is spreading, all these things we were talking. Then I noticed two boys standing there. So they were wearing the low waist pants and with all those freak hairstyle and all these things. So when I noticed them, as a mother of teenage children, I felt very bad. I couldn't approve that dressing style and all. I could very easily see their underwear bands too. So I just told my friend, hey, look at those boys. See the way they are dressing? These boys nowadays. And she immediately joined me. She said, yeah, they look like they're taking drugs. These boys nowadays, no? They dress in very strange ways. And even girls are also not very different. They are also doing all these things nowadays. Oh, what this generation is doing. And this conversation went on for some time. Maybe for around 20 to 25 minutes we were talking like this and we never felt bored. Then after some time, okay, we parted, concluding that the present generation is going all the way very different from our generation with all the values getting scattered here and there. So we went our own way. Now, I hope you remember the different ego states we discussed in the last sessions. The parent, the child and the adult, and the two types of parents, the controlling parent and the nurturing parent, and the two types of children, the adapted child and the free child. Now keep all those things in your mind because we are going now into transactions proper, which is the most important part of transactional analysis, because transactional analysis as such is analyzing the communication. So what is transactions proper? According to Eric Berne, the person who introduced transactional analysis, each conversation we are having, with words and without words, that is verbally and non-verbally, is a transaction, that is a giving and taking. And he called this a stimulus and a response. So when I say hi to a person, that's a stimulus, the other person will talk back to me, that person will respond, hello or how are you? Then I will give another response to that because that works as a stimulus for me. So this is a transaction, a giving and a taking. And this could happen with our entire body, that is through our body language and through our verbal or our talking things. Now, can we just analyze the incident I described just now through transactional analysis? So when I met my friend, I was striking a conversation. We said hi, hello, and what ego state you think we were in? I have all my 5 functional ego states within me: the controlling parent, the nurturing parent, the adult, the adapted child and the free child inside me. And my friend also had all these 5 ego states in her, right? So because we were seeing after a long time, we were so excited. So what ego state you think we would have been? Yes, we were in our child, in our free child. Hi, long time no see, the free child. Then we were discussing all these things, the present day, like about the COVID situation and all these things. So we were exchanging facts, mostly in an adult to adult transaction. Now what happened when I started talking about those 2 boys? I moved into my parent, right? I was talking from my parent, mostly from my controlling parent, because I was like disapproving them, the way they have dressed. So I was in my controlling parent. And I was talking to the parent in her and she was responding the same way to me. So it was like a parent to parent transaction. Now, can you see that in all these transactions, the stimulus and the response was coming from the intended ego state? That is, when I was so excited to meet her, she was also very excited to meet me. So we were both in our child ego state, and I was trying to contact her in her child ego state itself. So when I said, "Hi, how are you? Long time no see," she was also responding in the same way. So I got the response from the ego state I intended. I was trying to send a stimulus to her child ego state. I got a response from that. Now, when I started gossiping about those boys, I was talking from my parent to her parent, and she was responding from that. That was why we were able to talk for a long time. This is called complementary transaction. A complementary transaction need not be from the same ego state to the same ego state. Don't get me wrong. It is from an ego state to another ego state, and if you get the response back from the intended ego state, like I'm trying to talk to your parent and I'm getting a response from your parent, then it is a complementary transaction. How can we understand that? Like when we are analyzing the transactions, what we do is we draw the parent, the adult and the child as three circles on one side of the first person, and the next person again the parent, the adult and the child. Now, from the parent of this person to the parent of this person, if the stimulus is like this and the response is from the parent of this person to this person, then you can see that the lines are parallel. So it is also called a parallel transaction, or it is a complementary transaction. Now just take another example, like the secretary is coming late to the office. So the boss is looking up, the boss is saying, "You're late again." And now the secretary, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'll not repeat this again." Now look at the transaction there. From which ego state the boss was giving the stimulus? It was from the parent to the child. The controlling parent to the adapted child of the secretary. And the way the secretary was responding was from the adapted child to the controlling parent. So again, this is a complementary transaction. Complementary transactions, because we are getting the response from the intended ego state, can continue for a long time. Just like two people gossiping, or maybe the lovers talking, all these comes under complementary transaction. So, if this is complementary transaction and it can continue, it need not continue for a long time, but it has the potential to continue for a long time without any fighting or anything. So if this is the state, then what happens when two people are angry with each other? So there are other types of transactions too. We will discuss about that in the next session, but for now, I want you to think about your transactions. The way you are transacting with others and how many times you are doing a complementary transaction. I just want you to be aware of that. How it is proceeding and in what ego state you are trying to convey the message and in what ego state you are getting the response. Just look at that when the next time you are conversing with another person. So till then, bye.